Hi. Just loading up with lime. I'm just glad the bags are waterproof. Been raining all morning. Bit of a bitty day today. I can't do nothing in the field. Or fields. It's too wet. Rain. You hear the thunder. Trouble is, it's not light rain too, it's heavy rain. Yeah, I've been down here, spent a bit of money. Got a new Very spreader. Bought a Very spreader, bought a flatbed trailer. Just trying to get things ready for when it stops. They say it's going to stop this afternoon, but I can't see me doing anything until tomorrow. Not after this much rain. Still got the combine out in the field, that's going to be brought in. And the head, a cutting bar for the combine. That's going to be brought in. So I'm going to go and fetch that this morning. Still got some things I need to sell. I had to look I was looking at the specs on that cedar that's up at the farm. Not very good. Not very good at all. One thing I didn't like was that you can sow with it. Nothing wrong there. But you can't put fertilizer in it. Plus I can, when I was looking, oh, what does it need? 200 and, oh, look at it, look. I need 270, I think. I read that it needs 270 horsepower. Well, this one's 295. But a lot of those specs, and it says 270. It's mainly for like gentle slope or, you know, flat ground. I mean, this is 295. If you're pulling up over steep ground, it'll struggle. So, one, it's a bit big, heavy. It needs a lot of horses to pull it. And secondly, it can only sow and not fertilise. But I have found one they got here in this shop here. There's one there that's only needs 210 horsepower, and it will sow and fertilise, and it does the same width, I think. Maybe, oh, maybe 6 meters instead of 8. I'm not sure, but that's neither here or there. Just 2 meters, well, 6 feet, I suppose. But the biggest bonus is the one in the shop is well, I can sell that one up the farm, and it's second hand. I haven't, you know, it was there when I moved here, so it's second hand. But I can buy a brand spanking new one and still be, so I can trade it in for the new one, and he'll give me £30,000 back, or between 20 and £30,000 back. I thought, yeah, I'll have some, you know, I'm into that. I get a brand new planter plus 30 grand in my pocket. That makes sense. And the cultivator's the same. It's I thought it looked too big the other day, you know, when I first moved here. I thought they looked too big. They suit this. They suit the size of the fields, but not the terrain. I could have a bigger tractor, but that would be a struggle. Everything's so narrow here, and I can see that causing more problems than it's worth. You know, the yard is small, so if you had a big tractor, there'd be a lot of shunting around. Right, well, I'd like to try and get this in here if I can, under there. If I can turn. Is it possible? Well, just. Yeah, there's the cultivator and there is the planter. So That's marked down for being sold. Which is going to be easiest here. It's going to be... Alright, that's that job done. Now I've got to go up. That's out the way there. I'm going to sell those 2 items. I've got fertilizer there in the field. They're in waterproof bags, so they're alright. I made a start, but I didn't like the fertilizer, the very spreader, so that was a no-go, so that went back. It was very, I didn't look. It's my fault. I should have looked. But the very spreader, I got to jump out here a minute. The very spreader that I bought only spread fertilizer. Well, that means I have to buy two very spreaders. So I should have looked before I parted with my money, but I didn't. But I think I lost 8,000, I think. I think I lost about 8,000. It was an expensive lesson, I know that. Well, I don't know about... I'm hoping the combine will go in there, because I've got to wash it, but later on in the winter, but some repairs I want to do on it. I'm hoping it'll go in there. First I've got to get this God, this rain. Yeah. Say it's an expensive lesson, but through my own stupidity I should have checked. I'll stop here a minute. A field of spuds there, and it's 5 acres or 10 acres bigger. If I... So there's the farm. That's the field I started to fertilise. But there's a field there that I own. Now I can sell that, because that's a bit up there at the way. And I can sell that, and the money I get for that, I could, plus an extra 50,000 on top, I could buy this field. And I was saying the other day that I like to keep the main operation, you know, within this area here. Well, including this one, and this one, one day. But I mean, even with just these few here, and this one, yeah, these few here, that won't be a bad little operation. I know I'm not that keen on potatoes, but it does give me something to do in the winter. That's what I was thinking. They're not my favourite crop, that's for sure. There's a lot of hard work and not a big return. But it does keep everything a bit tighter here, where I like to have, you know, the main part of the farming. I mean, there's a field over there, grass. Not the one on the right, the one across the brook. I was thinking about buying that and ripping that up maybe next year, because it's not too expensive, that bit of ground. It's not huge, but I could rip that up and put that down just as a growing field. Yeah, that one there. One on the other side of the, not this wall, the second wall, the furthest wall out. There's all grass. That's a grass field there. And again, ripping that up and buying that and ripping that up and putting some crops in there. I say spuds ain't the best of crops. They're not my favourite crop, that's for sure, but it does save me sitting around twiddling my thumbs in the winter. I mean, I know they're like, what, late autumn harvest, but I don't know, I'd have to see how much money I got and what's involved. No, I've got to get out of here somehow now. Because I don't like the way I do things. I don't like to skip. I don't like to skip any days. The only time I skip time is when I go to bed. But I try, well, making a meal of this. Oh, that didn't turn quick enough. Yeah, I know. I like to think I could work every day. Don't plan to skip any time. So you definitely won't see me harvesting and me planting seed and everything's planted for the winter, and then all of a sudden it's spring again. definitely not see that. I'm here to farm, and that's it. I try and keep it as real as possible. Now I've got to try and get this onto there. I can get it on there, but I don't know if I'm putting it in the right place. It don't seem to sit very pretty. That wheel always catches that bar there. I can't go. And that seems up there tight with a tractor. I'll try to go a little bit upwards here. I haven't fully worked out how this fits on there. Now that looks too high to me. Looks too far up. It won't catch a bar though. Alright, let's release and see what happens. Wheels come up, wheels come up. That don't look too bad. Sitting a bit high. Where's that cutter bar? Cutter bar is, yeah, behind that. Yeah, that looks. The bit I'm worried about it being tight there and catch when I go around a corner. Well, if it's going to fall off, it's better to fall off now than halfway down the road. Try to jerk it a bit, make sure. It seems solid enough. Right, get this one back to the yard. Yeah, it looks alright. I made it back to the yard. Now I've got a bit of shunting to do here. Get that cultivator discs out. Something I bought. Oh, when did I buy this? This morning. Yeah, I bought this morning. I had to think then. Put them in here out the way for a minute. Now see if we can get that. That cutter bar in there. Birds are singing well. Gotta be. Now I can't see now. There's a. Can't lock it up too tight. Catch the back wheel. Oops. Touch the shed. Always look behind to make sure I didn't leave any hoses connected. I don't know how I've done it, but I have done it before where I left the PDO connected, and of course I pulled away, and lucky enough they split. I thought that looks a bit strange. Where's the other part of the PDO? And it's attached to the tractor. I've done that once. How I done that, I don't know. Like I say, lucky they split. They interlock with each other. I suppose for that reason, I suppose. Now I've got to get wet now, and I got to go and fetch that combine. Go. Well, somebody's supposed to be giving me a lift up there. I hope they're here somewhere. It should be. Now we're up here. We've got the combine. This is an interesting bit here. Going down over this ford, going through the ford. Bit of a lump there. Back at the farm. Now I've got to try and get it in there now. Somehow. Right, here goes nothing. I turned too sharp. I'm turning too sharp. Hey, what's going on here? That's free that way. That's free that way. Why is that catching? Go that way a bit more then. Now I should be in. The wheels catching on the upright. Wasn't the combine. Yeah. Oh, we're in. Now I just got to go back really slowly. Should feel there. That's it. We're in. Oh, and it's still raining. Well, we could have come back a bit more. Just never catch it. Oh, I know what. That's a bit silly. Drove all the way back with that open. That's far enough. I'm not, I'm, I'm not brave enough to go back any further and whack that pipe. Well, that's far enough anyway. Alright. Get both sides. Yeah, we get both sides. We'll wash it off first. Right. What else is there left to do? Oh. Look at that wind. Well, you can barely hear it, but it's blown over the top of these roofs. Well, let's get in here out of the way. Oh. What a morning. I gotta go down and pick up the very spreader. Or fertilizer spreader, but I always call it very spreader. There used to be a make. When I used to drive the old 35X, and we used to have one on the wasn't a wheeled one, one that fit on the back on hydraulics. I think it was the make. I just know it as a very spreader. So I call all fertilizer spreaders very spreaders because of that. Spent many a day fertilizing fields with the old massive 35X. I gotta go and pick that up. He said it was full of fertilizer, so that's alright. You filled that up for me. And there's nothing I can do out there. Just nothing. There's just nothing. I didn't even dare go and pick them up. Hark at it. Typical British weather this is. See more rain than sun. Alright. Thanks for watching. Take care.